Orlando Pirates, Amazulu, African Wanderers, Moroka Swallows legend, Branote Mokoena, the original Slay King, the original Blonde. If you thought the Jabus of this world were problematic, maybe you need to read more about Unoti Mokoena, a man who turned his life around after developing a very notorious reputation. Today he's a responsible man. He's here. He's here. He's here. He's here. He's here. He's here. I promise you, it's going to be a very interesting night. If you have any questions for Unoti, please feel free. Please feel free if you have any questions for Unoti. If you have any questions for Unoti, please feel free to ask. If you wish to contribute as well, we are allowed. Hey, Hotman!
Ora.
Kaban!
Nix ngezwa ngawe ngombani.
Hey, ngiyavutha phela ukushisa eThekwini. Kuhamba kanjani eJoburg?
Le mvula le yasiphazamisa man. Yana
kunemvula.
Sinemvula inani nayo.
Yo, kuyashisa, kuyasho ukuthi ndoda sisecoast thina. It's beach day kahle but uyazi nawe, eyoRamaphosa uvala beach.
Woza nebhakede ke ngizokukhela amanzi.
But yeah, uyazi impilo yaseDurban wena uke wahlala eDurban for many years and a point uyazi ukuthi sikhiphani.
Mfethu ungazikhulumi kona those days man. Uyazi ukuthi ziyakhipha lapho.
Yeah, I know. Ama 2000 awazi ukuthi wena you were the king of Durban man in the good old days. You ruled Durban nightlife, but you don't do those things anymore. Welcome to Football Live Chats with Pro. Good to have you here, my bro.
No, thank you very much, Mark, for inviting the show, and then I really appreciate it.
Basically, it's not just me who asked for you to come. My football fans who appreciate you, who love you, who said they want to see you here and they want to hear more about you and what you are up to these days. Because in the 90s, you mesmerized us. In the early 2000s, we saw the best of you as well. And my football fans are who appreciate you while you are still alive because you made a huge contribution in South African football.
No, I'd like to thank all the South African fans. I don't know, maybe it's only South Africans or maybe some of the people are coming from outside the country. But I like to thank them. At least it's some of the people they still have some kumbola and it's very nice for it. And I really appreciate it. And I think we're gonna enjoy ourselves today.
Nah, most definitely we are going to enjoy ourselves. A lot of people I know who would say, whenever we talk about Unoti Mokoena, they always think about World Cup 98, but I don't want to talk about World Cup 98 at the moment. I want to talk about you as a football player. You were regarded as one of the best midfielders in South Africa, late 90s, early 2000s. How did that make you feel?
No, it was great. It was a great feeling for it, and then irrespective of the great feeling, it only came with the hard work that I was putting in. Because like I was training on my own on the side. If we train once, I'll go to train afternoon alone. So it's all about hard work and listening to the coaches, the instructions, all of the stuff. That's why I became one of the best.
Mina, I only knew you. First time I saw you at Manning Rangers. But before you came to Manning Rangers, where were you playing? Football was. Where were you playing?
Before I came to Manning Rangers, I was playing for. You remember, I was playing from Rocker Swallows. From Swallows, I went to Pirates. So from Pirates, I didn't have game time, and as it was with Injani, so I wanted to go out. So I spoke to the chairman, Brian, he said, please, man, can I go and loan somewhere else where there is quiet so that I can focus on my career and my football? But kwaba wesibangisa kwenye indawo efana neJozi bangise Durban koMaZulu. And now you know the nightlife yaseDurban. Yeah, that's why it happened there, and then it was nice to be in Durban. Even if you know the Durban aglalo, hey aglalo la Durban. It's always a day like
you know what, in those years, and I could see you, I could spot you from the distance. Which but I won't mention the places. But it was always great to see you there, at Durban in those years. You were also amongst the first group, Yamak Luk. Remember 1995?
Yeah. No, it's coming to that thing you don't want to mention Mokoena. It's, you know, those days are gone. And for me now, I'm not proud of everything laying in zero. So people have to know, they've got the right to know, because they want to know what really happened. So that they know why I've changed my life. Because hiding anything, it doesn't help anyone. Because if you you have to tell him, so I can't say I didn't drink beer, but don't drink beer. You understand? So now, if I drink beer, I'm gonna tell him straight. I drink beer, and then Puzera Kuru. You understand? So now I know what happened. So now, just because I was there, I did that. I'm trying to stop you now. Because I know what you understand. So that is why for me now, I don't have a problem. You don't have to hide anything. Just say where long gonna call. Kusut now go la Pokemon.
No, like I said, and no, man, I remember.
But before I start any from Nangaku. Okay, no.
Also, you know, we'll wake up early, you go to a King's Park, you to watch Amazulu train, hoping that you'll get an opportunity to trial, and you don't get an opportunity, so you'll walk from a King's Park straight to a point, and you know a point is Zazenzagadisi. But yeah, this was those days, no. In the 90s, it was those days where playing for Amazulu was the best thing to any kid, Kule KZN. At that time, and fortunately for us, you were one of the role models way too, as the young boys, because it was always interesting to watch you play. Blonde hair, it's midfield. But before we go further, tell me about your games with South Africa under 23, because that is when your international prowess started to ibonagale.
Yeah, under 23, I started under 20, if you still remember, under Sheikh Mashaba, where we were playing United Bank. You remember United Bank tournament?
Yeah.
So we were playing there, we were knocked out. Lapo Sapuma, and then our own player, he is keeping home and away. So that's good. I started there, and then from there we were promoted. Some kind of opportunity that we want to play to the under 23s, and then there we were coached. I remember it was Sheikhs again.
Yeah,
and then I really enjoyed myself with the likes of Principal Mulotani. They were there. Telron Bartley. We were playing together with Junaid Hati. Lot of players that you can mention.
And then Zanyuga's Mendlela. You excelled. Obviously, it was hard for a foreigner like Philip Truzia to ignore you. Who would know I cannot leave this player behind, because you had a reputation of being the fittest player in the country.
Yeah,
that was quite hard to ignore you.
That is why I'm the person that doesn't wait for a coach to train me. If you're not training over the off day, I go out and train. It's like it was for me. It was if I can sit at home without training, nothing's so cool. So I have to go out and train. So it's like that was my everyday lifestyle to train. So that is why I became the fittest player in South Africa.
So opportunity yamacheri nophuza yayiqhamukaphi?
You know, there's this perception ukuthi when you play professionally, it depends ukuthi kulabantu ohamba nabo and all those things ukuthi ngivele TV, all those stuff. But somehow when I saw umuntu nawe self, you have to come to your senses and see what's wrong and right I'm doing. Because we can't all the time blame abangani. Because not abangani bonke bad. There are friends who are there. Even now, as I'm talking to you now, I still got some few friends who are my friends those days. And they keep on encouraging me, understand? And another one thing now, another team and sevens and I, you know, they make sure they go all the way, like to help me reach my goal of doing all these things that I'm doing now. So this thing of Vele TV, some players they took it, you know, when you're still young, Tolimali, and then Vele TV, you know, everyone wants close to Noti, and then hey, Noti this. But now, I didn't have control those days. So, jobbing no control kanjalo, it came good now. Hey, so many izenzela izinto ngenhluthi it's like ngathi ngiphethe umhlaba manje yabona ngathi nguNkulunkulu manje yonke into revolve around mina. So akuna isikhathi sokuzikhuza into eziningi amantombazane drinking sprees the whole night, all those stuff, and it really messed up a little because now one thing we have to remember, a body need to rest. So if you put training, let's say you start at 4 and finish at 6, from 8 o'clock until 2 o'clock I'm drinking. No rest on it. You can't rest. You understand it. So but those who cut less, training was always on my mind. Because even if no man I'm but I'll make sure with it. The following day, if I'm late, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, I'll be running around the streets and trying to get back that fitness. But Bongasi solution there. The solution it was good. The solution good in mind So I had to clear my mind first because training, yes, it can help you during game time, but training won't help you in your personal life. A life in Yako. I understand. So now all those tough lessons here, you know, there are so many things I can tell you that I've been through. You know, abusing women, all those stuff. I'm from there. I did it. So that is why for me, you don't have to hide anything, Mongbuza. Just ask me any question because I want to be clear with people. I'm not doing this foundation in a fake. There are some of the things raising is fishy would be no, people have to know so what I'm trying to do, I understand. Because now as what's the use of hiding with Bengenzan? During my playing days. Nimnegeza in should not I kinto wrong ayenzi. Yon kinto bega right. So mailing him stop it assassin with boy, I went through this. Pimpoza, Amantomazani, Nyapiza Mantomazani, all those stuff ngalali, all those wrong things that we can mention. So that the Magakula Akula Azi with the Hotman Lemar sorry, yangitshela something very important. Because you could see in a mind, as I'm telling you now, even my kids, you know, there was one time I lost respect for my kids. And I don't blame them. I never blamed them at that point in time. But I had to sit down and think again. I say, if I lose respect in the house, what about outside? It's going to be worse. So
but tell me, sorry to cut you in, Pranoti. Tell me,
okay.
what was the role ye agent yakho during those days? Usakwe drinking spree, abuse amantombazana, ungalali and all those kind of things. What was the role ye agent yakho?
You know, a role agent is like a father figure. It's like a parent. But during those days, I was under Mike McCup. And Mike tried all his best. I can't fault him. He tried all his best, and then somehow, isn't just Ningi, like a father to me, like Akoka Namang Bonises in his into, you understand? And another person it's Cody Nigasin again. So, but I'm a manager. Sometimes, some of them, they are there for money. Because if you can take a look, I'm not the only person who did all those. I'm not protecting myself. I'm not saying no. It's actually fault to Monty. That's my fault. If anyone to be blamed, it's me. I won't blame Guti Benhama Nobani in if Ben my phone then to the Benzo stop. I understand. So Mike was there for me. I mean, some people know who Mikey has got a big company and Urana who manage Avantabaning. So he can't concentrate on one person. You understand? There are so many Abanyabantu Abafunya attention I can. So the relationship are Pelela Lapo, and then that's where no Taba Noti West again. And that's all getting.
And then the unexpected happened. I would say the unexpected happened ngoba from ekubeni awuchasekasi ukuthi mayifika ufuthi Truze phambi kwe-TV ama-music squad athi these are the players I'm going to France with, your name was mentioned. How was he feeling at home?
Oh, you know, at that time, you know, I was not at home because I remember I was playing for Rangers. Basically, I never professional, if I'm not mistaken, ever. There was a driver called Yusuf Mudisande for the national team. He came there, he was there, and then he just came to the change room after the game. I say, hey, Baba, Arvine Fetia chose. No, I'm going back in the team. I want to one again, man. Kira Yusuf man, I get one and only kick manager under 23 again. I the squad in. 40 players are there at the camp. You have to go to the camp. I say, what? I say, please, man, don't joke. You know, I've realized that I'm telling you, figure Selene Park. It really, I'm in the national team. That's when I call my mom. This is what is happening. Fortunately, my younger sister, Lebohan, they have ETV, mentioned that 40 names. And see that my name was there. Already my phone. That's what I'm really.
That's nice. But I also hear that you were very close with your mom.
Even till today, I'm still very close with my mom.
Yeah. And Eka nani 20 bani?
23. Family must
nani squatting away. So then you go squatting very you were used to it.
Enjoy vaccine pension like him. Understand? So I understand at home bestala in a 3-room house. You have to say white cities in but when you say now he has white city.
No, I've never been there.
So all in total with money, I understand. We're a very, very big female. So
yeah. And then final squad yeah announced from 40 to final squad. Unothi Mokoena is there. Now ngibuza wena ke manje personally kwi-final squad, how did you feel about yourself being counted amongst the best South Africans ayodlala the first ever World Cup South Africa izoparticipate kuyona?
You know, I was very, very happy. I was very happy to that extent, you know, because immediately I was crying. Even my mom was crying too, phoning. But hello, but I don't remember what in 10 away.
Sure.
Because I'm just watching TV now. And your name is in the final squad. You know, that was the happy moment in my life.
And lot of people, they don't know Uguti when you were Philip Troser's favorite player. more than about Dr. Kumalo, Sus Musreu, Quinton Fortune. Whenever Philip Troser was talking about the favorite player,
yeah, you know, I was the favorite player even if I was but you could see the way we are acting a corner, behaving a corner towards me because of all the hard work that I was putting in a training. You know, even shoes, Lucas Khatebe, they played a big role. Going encourage, you understand, when we're going for a camp, because I remember I went to Argentina. You know, they were talking to me and say, hey, you know what, we're going to need a player like you in the field because now, you know, Shoes and Dr. Kumalo, bebadlala nje baphethe ibhola. Bona mawanikeza ibhola wayazi bazokenzela into ezimnandi. So they needed somebody osemva kwabo just ozothi immediately balimoshakala libe ube yalwina and then abanikeze back. So they played a big role when I was around bona squatting.
And then it happened France. A night before, uyakutshela Philip Troser uthi Nothi, you are starting tomorrow. Come match day dressing room, unothi usebhentshini. Ugcina kanjani usebhentshini, whereas a night before you were told ukuthi starting lineup?
I know, this is what sometimes make players ukuthi kancane nje baphuma endleleni because of disappointment. You understand? Because we sometimes thina abantu sinala perception ukuthi iplayer malenza into wrong and then ama manager ama team akhuluma ngeplayer kuba nalento ukuthi avele le player limameli in, but they don't know ukuthi kuyenzakaleni ukuthi le player lenze this thing. Some of the players abayenzi izinto ngamabomu. You understand? It's because of the disappointment that they're getting. So that asikho lapho, we don't know what's happening. But ngoba sibone unothi la speaker dlala kamnandi sizibuza ukuthi why this speaker ngadlali. Uyabona lento le. The managers will come up
i-network yakuluza ke manje. Branothi siyakuluza network. Sorry about that. We've just lost Unothi Mokoena while he was still telling us about the disappointment yakhe France 98 World Cup. Remember that he had been selected ukuthi abe starting lineup in one of the games, and on the day of the match, the opening game against France, on the day of the match, he found himself being replaced. But it's better that he narrates the story himself so that I don't add or subtract in his story, because this is about him. This is his story. This is his moment. This is his time. and it should be very interesting to hear him ukuthi explain ukuthi what happened after. If you are just joining us now, we are live with William Mokoena. He's a former South African international, South African football legend, and he's giving us his version of his story, because throughout South Africa we have known him to be a bad boy, but he's giving us his version, and he's also telling us about the frustrations that he experienced. Some of the frustrations. Yes, Baba, we're back.
Yes, Mokoena, man.
Man.
I'm a technician wa moro wako.
Waka.
Wami top wami. Kushuto I problem yako.
I know, askis. Yeah, ubusasitshela about the disappointment, and Philip Troz uyakutshela a night before ukuthi we starting lineup. Next day you found yourself not in the starting lineup. Yes.
Yeah, so those things are it's quite difficult for some people to handle that kind of disappointment. You understand? And then for me, it was very, very sad. And then I sat on the bench watching the game, and it was very painful because I thought maybe I can do something. I can do something for the country and for me myself to sell myself, because now we have to understand in the World Cup, all the scouts in the world are there. If I get a game time, who knows? One guy can point and say, I need this guy. But that opportunity went down the drain.
And then you guys, you were given a time off. You were given a time off. You all went out, and you missed the curfew.
You know, this problem of a curfew, it's something that, for me, it's difficult to explain it, because I don't understand when people say curfew. Because, you know, as I've just said it now, with sometimes management tend to make players a scapegoat. So that we see with a certain team, it's good for Mokoena, but Mokoena is not good for that team because it's behaving like this and this and this and this and this. But they don't know what's happening behind the closed doors. So now it happened that we went out and then we came back. Even if I came back at that time, it was my free day. So if that free day came, okay, here comes another story, a curfew. Fine, I understand the curfew, I'm late. So if I'm late at the hotel, I went back to my room. When I'm at my room, and then the following day they call me. When they call me, because I just want to clear this thing up. I never went out with Brendan Newcastle. He went his way, and I went my own way. So I was surprised when I meet him downstairs. The SAFA committee was there. I remember Tenny Jordan, Mr. Dr. Ivan Koza was there, and he was very disappointed. And then I even apologized to him because I took him as a father, and I know he took me as a son, even if a naughty son. But he treated me very well, and then I did apologize to him, and then talk about everything. So we were in the meeting. So now they told us that we're gonna fine you 100,000, or you go home. So now I said, for me now, I need that money. I'd rather go home because we are left with one game and among 7 days. So what's the use? It's like I'm on holiday. So must I pay 100,000 for one game?
Oh, and I saw put it to the plan.
No. I know I'm not gonna play. I'd rather go home and save my money.
So njengalama game show akudala ku TV kwathiwa imali noma ibhokisi when you didn't cater ibhokisi but you wavele wakhetha imali wathi you want your 100,000 and you will take a flight back home.
Yes, that's all right. That's all right. That into ngikhethile because I needed that money.
So lento yokuthi wena you waxoshwa eFrance 98 is untrue. So namhlanje you are clarifying it for us. You were not chased away France, but you took a decision to leave because they wanted to fine you 100,000 rand.
That's correct. Even if you can, I don't know what they said to Brennan Augustine, but I was surprised by somebody to airport. Maybe never say that. That's good to catch. Boxing or so now that's the thing because you know, journalists. Hence I'm saying they didn't know what happened in that room. When they write with just because I took a flight back home. You understand that? So that thing hence they decide. Sometimes journalists have to be careful again. They build players and they can break players too. So hence that thing it must be a balance. Before you write a story, as a research you check facts and into right. You understand? Because now for instance, fucking you look at where the situation right to So you have to remember one thing. He's the number one goalkeeper a country.
Yeah.
Now he's going through a rough patch now. But instead of helping him to get back on his feet, but it's like he looks with Marangene. And I can see in the community, and that thing it will destroy the football as a location because some of the journalists they are waiting for a person to make a mistake so that they can capitalize on it. So instead of killing the boy, just try to protect him, try to build him. I don't say with you have to protect I'm a player, they are so special. Even a normal person outside. A normal person, just try to protect that person. Instead of, you could see he's going through a rough patch. But why do you keep on digging that hole with Angen and Apagat? You remember even the stories can lodge. Let's say abuse Ambicot.
Yeah,
they were hammering the boy. But that we still want to go to Ayodhalago national team. How is he gonna cope with the national team? If now there were spectators at the stadium, ask yourself,
bebezombuka obviously abantu ngoba phela upaintwa as a woman abuser.
So that abantu abafana nabo Lodge, we don't know because we know us as ex-players, the legends. Sometimes we went through all those stuff that some of the players are going through now. And experience is new. So sometimes it will help with but now the platforms just talk now. It's not like she's over teacher in life with life in jam. Just to show them Danas Pumalap. And there was in Pumalap Nyenze 1, 2, 3. You understand? Just we encourage Amachita in because this is how they're gonna bounce back and they see the number one Kune bouncing back, be a number one in the national team, be a number one at Kaiser. Now ask yourself now. Number one goalkeeper now at Chiefs. It's a foreign. Now this is shot about goalkeeper. What's gonna happen?
Sure.
We can't take a pace it of very South African.
No, we can't.
But I'm not saying with our own players, they must think that they are God, they are untouchable. No. I'm not saying that. They must understand. They must respect a patch. You know, if we're playing for Pirates, Chiefs, and Downs, you must respect that patch. And then they are human beings too. Now, by our ends, I'm a mistake. So that
Coach Shakes to Yabulisa when.
Shakes
Mashab.
Oh, hey. Coach, hey, thanks. Hey, how are you, Coach?
Tell me. Now, ngifuna simuveke manje. And then
okay.
you came back and remember your days at African Wanderers?
Yes.
Lapha ka-African Wanderers bowuphethe uthola umuzi Blose, uphethe umshini Mazibuko, but still went down. Even though you, Mshini Mazibuko, were the stars of the team, Tolumuzi Blose was scoring goals, but the African Wanderers still went down. You are relegated. How was your stay with Wanderers?
You know, my stay was Bogo sharp. On the playing side. Because we had freedom. Those players that you are mentioning now, I had skillful players. I'm a player who can take, even the Wanderers could win any cup on offer. But now comes, management. Management was not in that being a coach sharp, being a stable. You understand? That's why I think that's why African Wanderers went down, because management being a right. I mean, you ask. I mean, the player to Kulmangao Manji. I mean, everyone remembers those players. We had our sundowns, our chiefs, but because we know what the Wanderers. Yo, so Sangana Wantaman.
I remember, cause it's a Malambeli supposedly African Wanderers. So I'm against the Wanderers. I've been saying this and I'm being honest and clear cut. The Olet Lambel supports Usutu. So you played for Usutu. It's a Lambel supports African Wanderers. You played for the Wanderers. So Yabonuguti, I know very well when I talk about Mokoena, but also after the Wanderers, something happened, Pranoti, 2002. Usuku Swallows. Remember Usuku Swallows? Usuku Swallows bawuphethe aboPeter Matsitse, uphethe aboJaconia Cibi, bawugrand umnandi football wise. And then you got selected for a provisional squad esasiyodlala eMali. Remember?
No, I was chosen, but it's Swallows young fihlele because they didn't want to lose me. Azangiya kule game yakhona.
So Swallows didn't tell you when you were called up for Ibafana Bafana?
They never called me out. They never told me. I only knew. That time it was Trotmlot who was coaching the national team. I only knew from Masing. Angela, no man. I think it was Junaid Haq. Ang was good how. Oh, how Junaid Ang was say Chiminata. How didn't went for a camp? What camp? I mean, I don't know anything about that. You know, that's why I'm telling it. But I'm very glad I'm going to and some of the journalists, they don't know that thing. You just mentioned something. You understand? And I don't know.
I remember Uguti Ubrakaza Mtaung was so upset. Uguti, it was you, it was Uto Vilagazi, it was Leslie Manyatela, it was Atazwani, it was Uchabupule. But you and Jabu historically basic different. Uguti Antolagali, nobody knows what you. And Ukaza Mtaung was annoyed to Nina, you were left out of a national team because you were locally based players, even though he believed you were more talented than some of the players who were selected. But I'm heartbroken ukuthi you were selected.
Those are some of the things that can disappoint players. And you know, I feel when I'm going to go to Upra Kaiser, Mr. Kaiser Mtaung was heartbroken. Because I didn't know about that too. So I understand what you mentioned. This was and some of the journalists, they only write what's suitable now, but they don't see what I'm doing to the next person. So I really don't know.
And then fast forward, Pranoti, 2008. What happened in your life? 2008 December.
You know, that's why they call it life. Sometimes it's easy to just you find yourself in the wrong place. And hence that is saying it. Most of my life, not exactly, most of the things that I did, as eco sharp, and I'm not proud of this interest because what I know I had so many people, and especially family, my mom, as you just mentioned with me and close my mom, and it's very sad for me. Now, and I told myself, I'm not gonna make my mom to go through that pain again. So I even sat down with my family, my kids, and for them it was hard with call. Is this man gonna change? But it took some time for me and everything changed. But as you grow up, mawubheka in life yenzakala phambi kwamehlo wakho, you could see man ukuthi there is a space for change. And for me now, I think I can be a better person ukurelate nabantu, ukukhuluma nabantu, because what is happening ngiyenze yonke lento enzakala manje. I was there and I know ukuthi uhetha abantu abangakanani, uzisa abantu abangakanani ubuhlungu. And I don't want these young boys to do that to their families. Not only my kids, because uyazi abantu sinalesinto ukuthi umntana se-next door kufana nomntanakho.
True.
So now I can't say it, let me protect only my kids, my family. I need to protect labo engakhona. I don't say I'll protect everyone. Where engafikelela khona ngingaprotecta, ngizama ukubabonisa, ukukhuluma nabo. That is why I started develop the project enye bathi Qina Chita. Ngiyente yimi no Praneo Museta. And then he came to me and then we sat down. When he talked to me about that project, and I was happy. And I even told him that, Madam Guzama, question, please. I don't like people fihlai. Mfuna, just call a spade a spade. Ask me a question with not pose. I'll tell you straight very well pose. Don't hide. Because it's not about me. It's all about helping those kids. Judge me when I will parent or bani, it's up to when. But me, I like to be open about things so that when ungfuna na trust, mangithinkela unginikeza umntanakho, you like, let me train him, let me do something right for yena ukuthi angaweli kule ndlela le mina bengihamba kuyo. But now if izinto bazongithemba kanjani, and then we came up with a foundation, Mokoena Foundation. So last year we even worked together in conjunction with Halagasha, Tubezani, Sevenza Nabosipo, no cameraman wami lo ngikutshela ngithi awu top. Ngiyokutshela ngayo top uTebza ukutshela ngayo uyohlanganisa yonke le machine le. So sebenze nabo sayenza tournament last year, under 14, under 17, it called it a Super Cup. So now we looking forward to uplifter the young boys, young South African boys, and then not only boys, because that question came up with why Indians have a fan page. No, it's not all about boys and girls. So I'm working with Vusile Panda. She's she's my, I can say she's my PA. And then uyosebenza ngazo zonke lezi zinto njengoba sikhuluma ngazo kanje, and then she's gonna explain to the women, because into amazala mangazaka imikhala ngizoyikhuluma nayo ngithini manje umntana omncane bazothi hayi uzwabhizi umntana. It's better for a woman uba umntana ukwazi ukuba open bakakhuluma nomuntu. Mina ngubaba nyaka be open, but makakhuluma nomuntu omfazane, she's gonna be open as with engihlushwa into so neso. Because you know, there's this thing with him. People, they don't trust us with nabantwana babo, especially men, because you could see with the amadoda manje what they do to the young kids. So hence, to be on the safe side, that's why sitrafte nomuntu osifazane with. He'll relate the stories about amantombazane, and then we will relate the stories about abafana. And then for me, I can say I'm really fortunate to kusebenza nabantu abafana nabo Mr. Neo Museta, Netizitubazane, Tipo, Utebza, Ngambiza, angazi Ngambiza, cameraman wami ke lo ntwembu. Hayi le ntombi. Hayi ngiyakutshela.
Ngizoconnecta nenye sister yami usiya Loyilane. Usiya top kakhulu kulezi zinto lezi. She can also assist with the sponsorship and all those kind of things. Sebenza nabantu bako La Liga man. So I'll send you ama details work as well. You can connect with her. Nikwazi ukupusha Mokoena Foundation forward.
I will really appreciate it, and then because our aim is not to do it election, because we know Joburg yonke into yenzakala la Joburg eGauteng. But there's this thing with, if you go to Free State, for now there are kids manje ikolo ziyavula, you find with abantwana banayikhatha. Abanye the working distance lokhuzi ebona into enjalo. So we're trying to do that, but yabona ne COVID nayo enzeli. But my wish is to go out there, and whoever is listening, whoever is watching, whoever even can be a sponsor, can you try help us to help those kids? Because I think
definitely something is gonna come through, Pranosi. Uskatsonyeka, Skawar, Batsubagrata, and they are going to support you. I promise you that. Usai Pagapaga.
Ngipakaphaka mfethu ngizoba yini? No, but let me tell you something, and don't tell me what I understand. Mina ngipakaphaka, and all Pirates, but my favorite team is Kaizer.
Aye. Man, so you are saying once the Pirates, always the Kaizer Chiefs?
No. If Pirates, it's my family.
All right.
And then Kaizer Chiefs, it's team support.
Right. Magari Pirates ne Chiefs support her.
Ah, yikhaya, ngicala ngakhaya kuqala.
Hayi.
Pirates. No. I need to, you know why I'm saying that is the love and support ebanginikeza yona from the late Zotwa Khoza and Ivan's wife and himself, Dr. Ivan. The support that they gave me, they took me as a son. So that's why they will always be part of my life, because they are like a family to me. But even with a family, nasendlini angeke ngifike lapha ewanini nonke angithi. Khona umoya ozophuma endleleni apha yakhe.
No, Pranosi. You sound more like a trying to explain about COVID.
No.
Before we close, because I'm going to discuss nabantu bakho, and I know that ukuthi I didn't want to touch on this one, but I know Uguti, you lost your daughter and your wife. I wanted to say condolences to you, and I can't lie and say I know how you feel, but I just hope and pray that Uguti uNkulunkulu akuthinte and you be comforted. And I'm not gonna allow you to comment ngoba uzoba emotional, but I just wanted to go to the past there.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I can comment. There's nothing wrong. I mean, you know, only God knows.
Yeah.
Ngubani mina ngizophikisa intando kaNkulunkulu.
Yeah,
If
true, man.
I said this is gonna happen to you, I can't say no. It's a next door, because even though me say next door, the pain that I'm feeling, never I feel. Because I never feel I'm going to get into there. So may their soul rest in peace. And the only thing that I know from Bona, they want me to move on and to work hard and do the right things. That's what I know.
No, I respect you a lot, Pranoti. In closing, can you give me your best 11? The best 11, Ganoti Mokoena. When you are not a player with the 11, you are Kaiser Motaung or you are Ivan Kors, or you are going to sit outside, you are not going to be part of this 11. So you are giving me your best 11.
Best 11, Dala or Yamanj?
It's entirely up to you. You can mix Motan.
Mina mabla manje ngakbalela number one itu prime balu
information 433 Ozak, okay? 433 number 1 Spider-Man Baloy.
Yeah.
Your pick 4
Cyril Linza
Skok.
Yeah. Innocent Chico.
Manning Rangers. Ubuyisa zakudala.
Ubuyisa zakudala. Edward Tumta.
Yeah. Machance.
Bese ngithi Lucky Lukhwat.
Captain, my captain.
Phakathi ngithi uTsovila kazi.
So.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bese on the right ngithi uDukuduku Makhanya.
Okay. On the left?
On the left, ngithi uLokhuza uFrank Makua.
Disco.
Yeah. Phambili 3 yami McDonald Mukanzi.
Yo, let the day gijima kanje.
Tholo tithi ukhona omunye ozayo. Joseph Mkaka. Siyashisa.
Gijima la.
Bese ngithi Jerry Khosa.
Legs of Thunder.
433.
Was he your roommate France?
Hayi, bengafuna ukulala naye. Bengilala noKhuza noThemba Mnguni. uJerry bengemxosha, bekaze kimi. Ngithi hamba mkanini wakho, ngisuka umngani wakho. That's another piece of story I want to tell about Jerry and Edward.
Yeah.
Those two, they did something for me. You know, every time when I was in trouble or something is bothering me, they'll always give me a call. And then that other guy called Moss from Tembisa and Donovan Pile. Those people, every time when I talk to them, you know, they always encourage me. And then what I like about them, when I do something wrong, they'll tell me straight. So manje na 11 amike ngifuna i-challenge ke.
I know. Le 11 le ngiyabona ukuthi ku Glad Africa Championship ingawina but ku PSL akuboni.
Let 11 PSL sihlangane nayo.
No. Yeah, so wenze njani? We will do part 2 yethu end of May. End of May we will connect again. We will check the progress ye foundation yakho. To check ukuthi ama sponsor did come through for you, and then you will get 11 that day. I promise you.
No problem.
Are you still playing in Masters League?
Sorry, yeah, I'm still playing. Yeah, I'm still playing.
Udlala yiphi team?
It and Rich Masters.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Iyawina kodwa noma naye efana ne-African Wanderers.
Number one league.
Bengabuyi ithini?
What will go wrong ophethe mina? Angithi wena ethimini
Yeah,
yami ungithiphile uthe ngibe u-Ivan angithi or ngibe uCase.
yeah, yeah. You
Mara
know what will go
kulenya.
wrong? You know what will go wrong?
What?
Uzodisappear. Uzodisappear.
Angeke, I won't do that again. Angeke ngiphinde le nto leyo. Now I'm a very good player now.
Yadlala. No, Pranoti, you've been a great guest for us. Thank you very much for spending time with us and for giving us this opportunity and for sharing your story with us. I know that you did not share everything because of time, and that is why I humbly request to Uti end of May UCP part 2, and I know there are a lot of stories that you want to share. And on that day, I won't even ask you a question. I'll just sit down and keep quiet, and I'll let you talk, and you will tell us about other stuff that you can share.
No problem, bro. No problem.
Also thank you very much to i-team osebenza nayo. Yo bonke abomncedisi njengoba dubabala bonke. Thank you so much ngokuthi bakusupport and benze sure ukuthi ulive.
No, nyabonga nabo nyababonga bonke the way bangiphethe ngakhona. Mara banokungihlupha sometimes.
Bayakuhlupha, mabakuhlupha bazoshawa yimi.
Yabona manje ngizobiza wena serious banokungihlupha. And into bangihlupha ngesikhathi. And manje ngiphumile kule nto yokudisappear. Now sengikhona la. Mara yibo badisappear.
Lalela ubatshela ukuthi iJoburg is nothing compared to i-life awishaya e-Point Road and nase beachfront.
Laba babangaya lapho singabafuna 5 days.
Bye bye.
No,
Have a good night.
thanks and you. Ciao.